is falling down outside, tapping rhythm on my window pane. You're sitting by my side, playing guitar through the rain. Every note you play so sweet, mixing with the storm, makes my broken heart complete. Keeps me safe and warm. I never knew that sound could heal the wounds I thought would never mend. But your guitar makes me feel that I can love again. Let it rain, let it pour, I don't care anymore, as long as you keep playing that melody for me. Guitar sound a rainy day takes my blues away. Guitar sound a rainy day makes me wanna stay right here beside you while the thunder rolls. Guitar sound a rainy day saves my soul. Ooh, it saves my soul. Your fingers dancing on the strings, creating magic in the air. The kind of peace it brings is getting hard to bear, because I know that when the storm is through and sunshine breaks the clouds apart, you pack up and believe in too, and break my healing heart. But for now I'll close my eyes and let your music take me there, to a place beyond goodbyes, where we could stay somewhere. Keep on playing, don't you stop. Every chord and every note fills me up until I'm overflowing with hope. Guitar sound a rainy day takes my blues away. Guitar sound a rainy day makes me wanna stay right here beside you while the thunder rolls. Guitar sound a rainy day saves my soul. When the rain stops falling and you're gone away, I remember this moment each and every day. The sound of your guitar mixed with rain and thunder will stay in my heart, a beautiful wonder that helped me survive the darkest of times. Your guitar kept me alive with its perfect guitar sound a rainy day. I'll never forget. Guitar sound a rainy day. My only regret is that you can't stay forever, playing just for me. Guitar sound a rainy day set me free. Ooh, you tree. On a rainy day, your guitar plays. On a rainy day, in so many ways. On a rainy day. We made our promises beneath the stars, swore that nothing could tear us apart, wrote our names on tree bark with our hearts, said we'd never change who we are. But promises are fragile things, like paper boats on a stormy sea. The slightest wind can break the strings that bind you here to me. I'm watching all those words we said floating away like leaves in fall. Everything that we pledged doesn't matter now at all. We were young and so naive, thinking love could conquer all. We wanted to believe we'd never fall. Promises scattered in the wind, drifting far away from here. Promises scattered in the wind, disappear. We said forever, we said always, carved in stone our names. But promises scattered in the wind fade the same. Ooh, they all fade the same. I kept every letter that you wrote, every word of love you'd send. Now they're just memories I hold of promises that couldn't bend. With the weight of time and change, with the distance growing wide, everything became so strange when you left my side. All those vows we used to make are echoes in the breeze, and my heart is left to ache with these memories. Maybe words were all we had, maybe that was not enough. Looking back, it makes me sad. Love was never tough. Promises scattered in the wind, drifting far away from here. Promises scattered in the wind, disappear. We said forever, we said always, carved in stone our names. But promises scattered in the wind fade the same. I'm learning now that love takes more than pretty words and hopeful dreams. It takes courage to the core. So it seems I'm letting go of what we said and holding on to what was real. The love we shared before it bled. That's what I feel flying through the autumn air. All those promises we made are going somewhere where they'll never fade completely, just transform into lessons learning sweetly about loving true. Scattered in the wind, I'm releasing they glow in the wind, I let them go. Promises scattered free in the wind, just let them be. There's a narrow alley in this town, between the coffee shop and Main, where we would slowly walk up and down, sheltered from the rain. It wasn't fancy, it wasn't grand, just brick walls and concrete ground. But when I held your hand, it was the best place around. Nobody else would walk that way, they'd take the busy street instead. But we'd go there every day, it's where our love was fed. Away from prying eyes, from the rushing world outside, in our little paradise, we had nothing left to hide. The alley we walked together 100 times or more. The alley we walked together, behind that wooden door of the everyday and ordinary, we found something rare. The alley we walked together, our secret lair. Oh, our special place. I walked through there last week alone, first time since you've been gone. The alley's older, it has grown, but memories linger on. Our initials on the wall are fading, but still there. I can still recall the love we used to share. The same old bricks, the same old stones, the same old pathway through. But it doesn't feel like home without you. Everything has stayed the same, but everything has changed since I can't call your name and see your face. The alley we walked together 100 times or more. The alley we walked together, behind that wooden door of the everyday and ordinary, we found something rare. The alley we walked together, our secret lair. Sometimes I wonder if you ever passed through there on your own. Do you remember us together, or has that love flown away like everything else? From that sweet time when we lose ourselves in rhythm and rhyme, walking slow and talking soft about our hopes and dreams before it all got lost. Or so it seems. That alley still stands between the shops and stores, but without your hand, it's just a corridor. Where we were free to love oh, it stays in my heart. The alley where we belong, the alley sang our song, the alley holds the past, the alley we walked together, made to last. In my memory, I'm reading through this book of life, turning pages one by one, through the joy and through the strife, through the setting sun. Every chapter tells a story of the path that I have taken, moments of glory, hearts that have been shaken. But what I really wanna know as I'm reading through these years is when the final pages show who will dry my tears. Every book must have an ending, every story finds its way to the final page that's pending. What it has to say, the name on the last page is all I need to see. The name on the last page, who will it be? When my story's finally through and the book is closed at last, the name on the last page, present and past. Oh, who will be there standing when the final chapter's done? The name on the last page, the chosen one. I've written many chapters now with different characters inside, made and broken every vow, felt my share of pride. Some names have come and gone, some stayed for just a while, some helped me carry on, some made me smile. But the question still remains as I write each passing day, who'll be there when it rains, who will stay? I can't flip ahead to see how this story ends. All that's guaranteed to me is around each bend. The name on the last page is all I need to see. The name on the last page, who will it be? When my story's finally through and the book is closed at last, the name on the last page, present and past. Maybe it's the one I'm with right now, or someone I've not met yet. Maybe I'll figure out somehow, or maybe I'll forget that endings aren't as important as the journey that we take. Every page a moment, every choice we make leads us to the place where our story ends. But until I see that face, I'll just transcend the worry and the wonder of what's yet to come, through sunshine and through thunder, until my race is run. book at last, the name on the last page will hold me fast. The last page waits for me. The last page patiently. The name I'll finally see on the last page where I'm meant to be. The city lights were burning low as I walked these streets alone. Didn't know which way to go, so far from home. The darkness seemed to swallow me. I was drowning in my fear, so I called out desperately, hoping you would hear. Your name echoed through the empty night, bouncing off the walls, but you were nowhere in sight. Nobody heard my calls. I needed you to save me from the demons in my head, but you couldn't hear my plea, no matter what I said. The night I called your name out into the void, the night I called your name, my heart was destroyed. You didn't answer back, you didn't come to me. The night I called your name, I learned to be free. Oh, I learned to be free. Standing in the pouring rain, screaming till my voice was gone, going slowly insane, wondering what went wrong. How could you not hear me cry? How could you not feel my pain? The bond between you and I was broken by the strain. But somewhere in that darkness, I found a light within. In my hour of starkness, I learned to begin to save myself from falling, to stand up on my own. Without you, I was calling out to the unknown. The night I called your name out into the void, the night I called your name, my heart was destroyed. You didn't answer back, you didn't come to me. The night I called your name, I learned to be free. Now I understand that sometimes we have to walk alone through the darkness and the hard times to find our way back home. I don't need you to rescue me, I can rescue myself. That night it set me free from depending on someone else. The night I called your name was the night I found my strength. Nothing will ever be the same. I've grown at length. The night I called your name changed everything I knew. The night I called your name, I broke through to the other side of pain, to a better place. The night I called your name, Ooh, yeah. Standing on this empty street again, watching golden light fade away. Your window catches the sunset's flame, like it did when you would stay. I remember every evening we would meet right here beneath your window frame. The way the colors made everything complete. Now nothing feels the same. Every shade of orange, every touch of red reminds me of the words we said, the promises we made back then. I wish we could begin again. And I know that I should walk away, leave the past behind where it belongs. But something makes me wanna stay where our love was strong. Living in your room, I can see their shadow moving there. But when the evening light breaks through the gloom, I pretend that it's your hair, catching fire. Single night to the memory so clear of your window in the light. Sunset left on your window still burns so bright for me. Sunset left on your window, a bittersweet memory. Though you're gone and far away now, the colors still remain. The sunset left on your window, calling out your name. Maybe I'm a fool for holding on to something that's already gone. But when I see that golden glow, I feel you and I know that what we had was real and true. Even though we're through, the sunset left on your window proves I'll always love you. The sunset left on your window will shine eternally. Sunset left on your window keeps you close to me. And every evening when it falls, box of memories today, hidden in the back of my closet door. A cassette tape that we made that day, when we were young and wanting more. I haven't heard your voice in years, but when I pressed play there you were, laughing through my falling tears. Everything became a blur. We were so naive and hopeful then, recording dreams into the night, believing we would never end, that everything would be alright. And though the tape is old and worn, the sound is fading fast, I can hear us being born into a love that couldn't last. Us in an old cassette, playing back to me. Us in an old cassette, the way we used to be. Your voice is singing in my ear like it never went away. Us in an old cassette takes me back to yesterday. Oh, it takes me back to yesterday. We talked about our future plans, about the places we would go, making castles out of sand, not knowing what we didn't know. You said you'd love me endlessly, I promised I would never leave. How could we have failed to see that we were too young to believe? But listening now I understand that love was real despite the pain. And though we couldn't make it last, I'd do it all again. Every word we said is here, preserved in magnetic time. Even though you're not near, you're forever mine. Us in an old cassette, playing back to me. Us in an old cassette, the way we used to be. Your voice is singing in my ear like it never went away. Us in an old cassette takes me back to yesterday. I'll keep this tape forever, though the world has moved ahead to digital. Whatever, I'll keep what we said on this analog treasure. This moment frozen still, beyond any measure. It gives me such a thrill to hear us young and free, before life got in the way. Just you and me on that summer day. Us in an old cassette, I'll never let it go. Us in an old cassette, the only way I know to hear your voice again and feel the way we felt. Us in an old cassette, the hand that we were dealt was beautiful while it lasted, though it had to end. Us in an old cassette, my eternal friend. Us in an old cassette, playing on. Us in an old cassette, our song. Flipping through these photograph pages of a time that seems so far, when we were young at different stages, before we knew who we are. We didn't know back then that time would slip away so fast. We thought we'd always remain friends, that those days would always last. Every summer felt eternal, every moment stretched for miles. Everything seemed so internal, lost in our teenage smiles. If I could whisper to that girl sitting in that photograph, I'd say cherish every moment in your world, hold on to every laugh. We didn't know back then how good we really had it. We didn't know back then to hold each moment sacred. You seemed like it would never end. The future felt so far away. We didn't know back then we'd miss those days. Oh, how we'd miss those days. Remember how we'd stay up late, talking about our dreams and plans. We felt like we could change our fate. The world was in our hands, but life unfolded differently than we imagined it would be, with responsibilities that we couldn't foresee. Now I'm older and I understand why grown-ups always say, hold tight to youth's gentle hand before it slips away. We were so busy looking forward to the future we would find. We never looked around us at what we leave behind. We didn't know back then how good we really had it. We didn't know back then to hold each moment sacred. You seemed like it would never end. The future felt so far away. We didn't know back then we'd miss those days. But maybe that's the beauty of being young and free, not knowing what's your duty to memory, living in the present without a backward glance. Every moment heaven sent, every day a dance. If we'd known what we were losing, would we have lived the same, or spent our time refusing to play life's game? Maybe ignorance was bliss. Maybe we were blessed to not know what we'd miss, and just live our best. That's alright. Oh yes, that's alright. We didn't know, and that was fine. was our time. We didn't know back then. The house is quiet, everyone's asleep. I'm sitting in the kitchen all alone, with a glass of wine that's way too deep, and memories of a love I've known. The amber liquid catches light from the street lamp shining through, and suddenly it's that night when I first fell for you. Every sip takes me back in time to moments we once shared. Every taste of this wine shows me that you cared. Should I finish this glass and pour myself some more, or let this moment pass and close this open door? A glass of memory at midnight brings you close to me. A glass of memory at midnight, bittersweet and free. I'm drinking in the past tonight while the world is fast asleep. A glass of memory at midnight, running deep, ooh, running deep inside. I can almost hear your voice laughing at something I said. We were happy by choice before we came undone instead. The clock ticks slowly on the wall, reminding me time won't stop. No matter how I stall or how my teardrops drop into this glass of memories of everything we were, a perfect recipe of what we were before. Maybe I should go to bed, leave yesterday behind, but all the things you said are still fresh in my mind. A glass of memory at midnight brings you close to me. A glass of memory at midnight, bittersweet and free. I'm drinking in the past tonight while the world is fast asleep. A glass of memory at midnight, running deep. Some drink to forget the pain of love that's lost, but I drink to remember yet. No matter what the cost, this glass holds our history, every word, every touch, all our mystery. I miss so much. Tomorrow I'll be stronger, I'll face the brand new day, but just a little longer I wanna stay in this midnight reverie where you're still mine. This glass of memory and this wine. of memory at midnight helps me heal. Oh, it helps me heal my heart. At midnight in the quiet, at midnight with my wine, at midnight you're still mine for just a little. Leaves are changing color now, just like they do each fall. But I remember somehow a season that won't return at all. It was the summer of our lives, when everything was new, when hope was still alive and all my dreams came true. We were so young and free back then. We thought we'd never age. Didn't know that even golden seasons turn the page. Time keeps moving forward, but my heart stays behind in that season torn. Every year the seasons change. Spring turns into summer heat, but nothing feels the same. That season was so sweet. The way the sunlight hit your face, the way you'd say my name. I can't find that place. Nothing's quite the same. Other summers come and go, but they're just pale imitations of the only one I know that brought such elation. Maybe I'm living in the past, holding on too tight to something that couldn't last. No matter how I fight, a season that won't return. No matter how I try, a season that won't return makes me wonder why good things have to teaching us along the way to let the past go. But I can't seem to release this season from my heart. It gave me so much peace right from the start. A season that won't return, I'll keep it safe inside. A season that won't return, my cherished pride. The most beautiful time I've ever known. A season that won't return, but never truly gone. It lives within my memory, a perfect work of art. A season that won't return, still in my heart. A season that won't return, a season for which I yearn. A season that won't return, forever.